Taking full advantage of the Ogoni's internal squabble, the Abacha regime would allegedly orchestrate one of the most cold-blooded conspiracies in Nigerian history. On the 21st of May 1994, 4 Ogoni chiefs were seized during a meeting of elders and brutally murdered by a mob of angry youth.
All right, now let me give you the context, okay? Ken Saro-Wiva, he started off as a television star, like the Dave Chappelle of Nigeria. In the 90s, he had a sketch comedy show. Everybody loved him. He was very funny, the Dave Chappelle of Nigeria. So, he's from a tribe that's a micro-minority in Nigeria called the Ogoni. The Ogoni make up 1% of the Nigerian population, so they're a very tiny tribe. But their land makes up 70% of the oil reserves. In the 90s, there was a big oil boom in Nigeria. They wanted oil. They kept finding oil. Okay? The Nigerian government, what they do is they get the oil, they make contracts with Shell, BP, all these Western gas stations, and they make money from that, and they don't give it to the population. You know, they call it a writ-near state. Writ-near states are countries that are, they're so economic. The only way they make money is through pimping out natural resources from their country. Ken Saro-Wiva, he's pissed off because 70% of the oil is on his Ogoni land, but they make up 1% of the population. They're fighting against the government. They want their piece of the oil wealth. Eventually, a couple of elders in his tribe are tired of the death because so many young men are dying at the hands of the Nigerian military because they're fighting for their rights and they're getting killed in these little protests and squabbles. So, four elders came out and said, hey, Ken Saro-Wiva, look, let's take a different approach. Instead of fighting the government, let's just talk peacefully. Nigerian government hears about this dissension between the Ogoni tribe, and they arranged for those 4 elders who criticized Ken Saro-Wiva to be killed. They sent people to kill them, and they arrested Ken Saro-Wiva for the death because they said, hey, these are the same elders that criticized him and wanted peaceful talks. Now they're dead.
Although Saro-Wiva was not actually in Ogoni land on the day of the murders, he was arrested on suspicion of having orchestrated the killings, as all 4 of the deceased chiefs were public critics of Saro-Wiva's activism. Ultimately found guilty and sentenced to death alongside 8 other leading members of his movement. The Ogoni 9, as they would forever be known, were executed by the Abacha regime on the 10th of November 1995. After surviving 4 unsuccessful attempts by the executioner, Saro-Wiva finally succumbed to death by hanging, and his immortal last words were recorded as, "Lord, take my soul, but the struggle continues."
Salute.